Hello everyone, so here's a great video. 2 days after Putin announced the capture of Kupiansk, President Zelensky has visited Kupiansk. I'm going to play the video without me talking. It's got subtitles added to it.
Бажаю здоров'я. Сьогодні Куп'янський напрямок, наші воїни, які тут досягають результатів для України. Багато росіяни говорили про Куп'янськ. Ми бачимо, Я привітав хлопців, дякую кожному підрозділу, всім, хто б'ється тут, всім, хто знищує окупанта. Сьогодні надзвичайно важливо досягати результатів на фронті, щоб Україна могла досягати результатів в дипломатії. Саме так це працює. Всі наші сильні позиції всередині країни, сильні позиції в розмові щодо закінчення війни. Дякую кожному воїну. Пишаюся вами, дякую всім нашим сухопутним військам. Сьогодні виключно ваш день. Дякую, хлопці, слава Україні!
So, this is awesome. This is basically Zelensky taking his massive cock and wiping it in Putin's face. Putin issued a statement bragging about capturing Kupiansk a few days ago, and I can think of no better way to prove that that is twaddle than by Zelensky heading there himself and filming this video. And this is well within the danger zone. He's at real risk here of being hit by Russian drones or artillery, even if they're not targeting him directly or knowing he is here. The drones are constantly patrolling these supply routes in and out of key settlements like Kupiansk. The geolocation for where he is here, and it's okay to share because it's long gone by now. It's not going to stick around, I don't think. This is the main road heading into Kupiansk and a major target for drones. You can see in the video the anti-drone netting trying to protect the road. He wasn't in the settlement centre. This is on the outskirts, but it's just 500 metres away from the grey zone in Kupiansk, where fighting is taking place and where Ukraine is taking care of the Russian holdouts here with drones. So, it's very, very close. Much closer to the front lines than Putin has ever gotten, by about 400 miles. Russia entered Kupiansk a few days ago, with Putin being even more premature than he is with his missiles, announcing its liberation early. Ukraine launched a swift counterattack, recaptured the areas north of Kupiansk where the Russian push was. Now, 200 Russians are stuck in the centre of the settlement, cut off with Ukrainian positions and a massive river to the east, Ukrainian positions to the south, and now Ukrainian positions north. To the west, Ukrainian positions and Zelensky and his massive walls, and I very much doubt they're going to tangle with him. Ukraine shared info on this counterattack in Kupiansk, saying the operation began with a blocking line created and cutting the Russians in the city off from the main forces. Ukraine, with tank support, very quickly cleared the settlements of Radkiivka and Kindrashivka of Russian troops, then isolated them. After that, Mokslayivka and the northwestern suburbs of Kupiansk were cleared. Now, there are a few isolated pockets of about 200 Russians remaining in the settlement itself. I expect they may hold out for a while. Similar happened north of Pokrovsk, you may remember. Russians advanced rapidly, but had their supply lines vulnerable, and Ukraine quickly counterattacked, and it led to about 100 troops cut off there. It took a few weeks or more for Ukraine to finally clear the pockets who tried to cling on in the vain hope that Russia would push again and relieve them. I expect the same will happen here. So Kupiansk, whilst the troops are cut off, not fully liberated as such. But this is great by Zelensky. An awesome move with this coming a few days after Putin claimed its capture. Now, I was going to do this video on its own, but as it's Kupiansk related, I'm going to attach it here for now. It's a video showing a Russian old man confronting Russians in Kupiansk, and it's a great one, definitely worth watching. I'm going to play it in full. Thanks so much for watching this video, and take care everyone. Hello everyone, so I'm going to play this video from Kupiansk in full without me talking. It shows an old man confronting Russian soldiers in the settlements, and it's definitely worth a watch.
Скажите командирам, чтобы уходите. Поняли? И нехуй сюда приходить.
Да, мужик, иди своей дорогой.
Ну что, будете воевать, что ли?
Да нет, не будем, сейчас уйдем.
Строить будете вот эту парад?
Конечно, будем.
Свою Россию, посмотрите, чтобы она цвела. И никакого бензина на Донецк, нахуй. Хуй им, блядь, гадов.
So, pretty cool to see. He's definitely a brave fella, and I hope he makes the war okay. We all know what Russians are like. So the video shows him confronting Russian soldiers in the settlement and basically telling them to go away. Of course, he uses less polite ways to put it than I did. But a really brave old man. I don't know him, but I already like him. This video is shared from Kupiansk, which is heavily contested at the moment, with Russia pushing into the town a couple of days ago. However, Ukraine has since launched a counterattack and have reported that they're now clearing the town of Russians. The last report from Ukraine came yesterday and said about 60 Russian soldiers remain in Kupiansk and that they've been cut off from reinforcements. The survivors are now dispersed in ruined buildings and basements, with some reports saying Russians have even took to trying to swim the Oskil River in order to get out. That river leads to Ukrainian-controlled areas, so I doubt we're going to achieve much beyond either sinking to the bottom to do a Moscow impression or getting picked up by Ukrainians at a later date. Even though Kupiansk itself has been reported as being cleared, or at least Ukraine in the process of clearing it, Russia does still have a strong presence north where they could potentially launch another attack here, so the settlement is vulnerable. Ukraine needs to hopefully push Russia back further and clear this area to fully secure the settlement. Going for Kupiansk is actually a clever move by Russia. It's a major supply road to the eastern side of the Oskil River, so taking this, they could potentially isolate Ukrainian positions there and make resupply very difficult. There are other bridges and crossings, but the Kupiansk one is the main one, so it's very vital that Ukraine manages to hold the settlement and secure it, or the area east could fall too. So that's it for this video. Hope you found it interesting. If so, please click like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks very much and take care everybody.